Shout out to J&J.
So I just want to send a shout out to J&J Sports for having me once again.
Episodes, man. You guys got a real good thing going on.
Good morning, everybody. I'm your favorite sports analyst, Jamar McKeel.
James Jurwitz.
And y'all finna get served with J&J Sports 100th episode, man, celebration. Today we got a very special guest, a good friend of mine. But I'm going to let him introduce himself, man.
Well, first of all, if I'm on the 100th episode, I want to say thank you, and I'm honored to be on such a special landmark. So appreciate that. My name is Indy Kalu. Just a humble father right now, but the reason I'm probably on this show and been involved with sports, went to Rice University, played ball there, played 12 years in the NFL with the Philadelphia Eagles for 6 years, Washington Redskins or Commanders for 3 years, and my last 3 years right here at H-Town. As you can see, I'm always representing with the Houston Texans. Then I had my own radio show for about 12 years before I decided to just stick with the family business, but still love sports, still love watching content like what y'all put up. So yeah, let's rock and roll, brothers.
Thank you, man. We got an NFL legend in the building, Philadelphian. Man, how did you feel about when the Philadelphia Eagles win? I mean, you were on the team. How you felt when they won that Super Bowl?
You know what? It was cool. The first year, it was cool when they won it in, I believe it was 17.
Yeah.
When I was on the team, we made it to the Super Bowl 2004, but we lost to Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. So to see them win it was cool. But I know this may be some pretty weird for listeners. When I was there, that was the Andy Reid era. So when Kansas City wins, we feel, me and the guys that I played with, we feel a little more of a connection because we know what a great guy Andy Reid is, and we feel like, you know what, he finally got what he deserves. So
Right.
Kansas City, Philly, I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate you for joining us and taking your time out. We're going to get into some good topics. James, you ready, man?
I'm ready.
So first up, we got NFL football. So the 49ers have signed quarterback Mac Jones to a 2-year, $7 million deal. Have you heard of Mac Jones? Any updates on him?
I definitely heard of him, and I actually think this is a good signing for San Francisco because I've always wondered why teams don't put more emphasis on the backup quarterback because I never liked the whole thought, oh, our starter's down, our season's over. It's like, no, that shouldn't be the case. That's the easy way out. With Mac Jones, you got a guy who's only 26 years old. He was a first-round pick. He had a good rookie year where he threw 22 touchdowns, only 13 interceptions. And then every year after that, he kind of declined. But I think a big part of that was because of what was around him with Coach Shanahan over there, backing up Brock Purdy. I like the deal. 2 years, $7 million for a quarterback, backup quarterback. You're not investing too much. I think it's a smart move. When you look at Jameis Winston getting $8 million to go to the New York Giants, to me, it just falls in line. I think this is a good signing.
Yeah, I definitely agree. James, how you feel about this move? Was it smart?
I think that was a really smart move. I mean, you always want that competent backup. And this kind of reminds me of what you were saying about, the season's not over if the starter goes down. I mean, Philly got their first Super Bowl that way.
Right.
And, Nick Foles, he's got the statue outside the stadium and everything. So, I mean, that's pretty significant.
Definitely. And if we look at his stats in the last 10 games that he had with the Jaguars, he was 1,672 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. I mean, that's pretty good to say he only played 10 games. Picture if he was there most of the season, I feel like he would be up there in ranking. So we definitely can't look at him as just a backup quarterback. He could be the future, of 49ers. So like I said, Jones came in as a fill-in for Trevor Lawrence when he got injured out of the season. With him doing pretty good, was this more of a better opportunity from him or in his career?
You know what? I don't know if it's a great opportunity because this is a situation where you hope he doesn't play. With San Francisco, Brock Purdy is their guy. They're negotiating, and I haven't checked. I don't know if they've come to any kind of agreement, but he's going to sign one of those 100, 200 million type deals. This is a straight backup move. I think John Lynch, the general manager, did a good job securing a competent person. For me, all you want in your backup quarterback is a guy that has experience. This is started the entire season as a rookie. Like you mentioned, he started 8 games with Jacksonville last year. He's not the greatest player, or he wouldn't be a backup. But if you have Christian McCaffrey who's healthy, if you have a surrounding cast and you have to put him in, you go into the game still thinking, okay, we have a chance to win. And that's all you ask for out of a backup quarterback.
Right, exactly. And it all depends on Purdy. We know this last season he did. I think he did okay. He did pretty okay. But we've seen Purdy when we're used to seeing them go to the division, past the division, almost to the like we're used to that. So when it's like when it's not happening, it's kind of like how do we react to it? You know what I mean? So definitely, if we look at his stats last season, he had 3,864 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Still pretty good stat sheet to say, it didn't go how they wanted it to go. Yeah. So let's just say everything works out with Mac Jones. How is this going to affect Purdy, you think, in his time with the 49ers?
Well, I don't think, as far as everything working out with Mac Jones, he's there to be the backup. Like in my opinion, this isn't a competition. This isn't. He's there as a security blanket if something happens to Brock Purdy, as every team should do. So with Brock Purdy, I'm still on the fence. I don't know if he's a system quarterback or if he's just a great story going from the last pick of the draft to being a Pro Bowl type player. In my opinion, I would want to see one more year before I invest $200 million into it, because you don't want to have a situation like you had
Mm-hmm.
Jones with the New York Giants where they, back up the Brinks truck for him and then he proves not to be that guy. So with Brock Purdy, I personally would want to see one more year under his belt. But as far as I think they're going into the season, whether he gets an extension or not, Brock Purdy is their guy. He's their starter.
Right.
Jones is literally there just to be the backup, and if something happens, then they're going to insert him under center.
Yeah. James, how you feel like end result going to be?
I'm most curious about what contract Purdy's going to get because you had mentioned another year of production, and it just depends on how well he plays as to what he's going to get paid. I don't see him making like the top money or resetting the market at all, but
Yeah,
that's what I think.
resetting it, I'm 100% with you. But here's the thing: I've said that many over the years. Like there'll be a certain quarterback, and I'm like, he's good. He's not the best. He's not going to reset the market. And then he signs a blockbuster historical deal. But they have to be realistic as well. Brock Purdy, he's a man of faith from everything that I've read and heard. Being the last pick in the draft, I'm not saying that he should sell himself short.
Right.
In my opinion, he needs to understand where he is. Like the older Ball says from the Ball family, stay in your lane. Like I think his lane is good quarterback, which is good quarterback contract. But I think it would be crazy if he's expecting Patrick Mahomes type money.
Yeah, nah, he's not going to max out. And that, like I said, I felt like even with Trevor Lawrence, they maxed him out too early. You know what I mean? And now you see what's happening, injury and all that. I definitely would just wait on Purdy, give it a year. If he can get y'all into a good area, then I'll give him that. I'll give him that max out for sure. I know we know who all getting one though. Jalen Hurts. We know he got that, that max out for sure, for sure. But we'll keep you guys updated on Brock Purdy. Shout out to the backup Mac Jones, man. We wish you success with your 2-year extension. And we see if you can help with the 49ers for sure. We got a few sports news of the day, Mr. Kalu. First up, man, New Orleans Saints, 2-time Super Bowl Justin Reef just signed a 3-year, $31.5 million deal with us. Have you heard about this news?
Wait, Justin Reed?
Yeah.
And you said with us. What are you talking about? You letting us know
Yeah, well, I'm from New Orleans, so I ain't know. I ain't know. Yeah.
That's your squad?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm just messing with you. I can tell by the accent. So you, when I hear the accent, you remind me of a good friend of mine who's no longer with us. May his soul rest in peace, Jacoby Jones. And I used to love talking to my boy Jacoby because of his accent. So, there's a special place in my heart with folks with the Louisiana accent. But I say all that to say Justin Reed going to the Saints, that's a big move. I mean, I've had a chance to sit down with Justin Reed when he was with the Texans. He came to office because he was interested in real estate. And you talk about an impressive individual. I mean, that whole Reed family is just impressive on and off the field.
Yeah.
Whatever team he goes to, he's just going to upgrade that defensive backfield. I did not realize that they solidified that deal. That's a big move for your New Orleans Saints.
Oh yeah, man. It's a great move, James. How you feel about this?
I'm looking forward to seeing how the Saints defense plays because it seems like they just keep getting younger every year, and that's what they're investing in.
Yeah. We just got to get that offense together. We need a solid quarterback, uh, a couple more wide receivers, I would say. And definitely the offensive line, because I feel like our offensive line could be worked on a little bit. The Eagles, man, I know you play with the Eagles. How you feel about y'all offensive line when y'all play? Because they're pretty strong this last season that came.
Oh, they definitely invest. It's what I like about the Eagles and offensive line. With me being a former defensive lineman, I have a lot of respect for the offensive line.
Yeah.
Even back in the day when I played, it was an emphasis. And I think any team that emphasizes bringing in, not just bringing in, but developing offensive linemen, you're always going to have a shot. Because
Yeah.
if you have on the NFL level, average running back, if you have a pretty good quarterback, if you have a great offensive line, it just makes those individual players that much better. I mean, the Eagles, since I can remember, they've had a great offensive line. So
Yeah.
now, your Saints or any team out there that's struggling, if they can, the Texans, I mean, right here in Houston where I'm at, if they can upgrade that offensive line, I think everything else just falls in place.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But shout out to, like I said, shout out to Justin Reef. We'll keep you guys updated on him and how the Saints this draft gonna look. I can't wait for it. And then next up we got J&J Sports.
Coming to y'all live in 2025.